they do this thing where they do a night of miracles or something. There was this guy from UPSA that, like, I know him, but I've forgotten his name. He had an accident, so he had crutches, and they prayed for him, and he put the crutches down. The next day, I saw him in Legon, and he was using the crutches again. Now,
Yeah, man, Samu Rabbit, yeah, 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 man, Samu Rabbit, yeah.
So, in the course of finding the truth, switching from your religion to other religion, then boom, you've been introduced to one of the biggest fundraising scheme in the history of all religion, Christianity. Things that go on for the church inside, people know, people have had their worst experience. Where if they have that boss to also share what they have about the churches, bro, you go bust your mind. But they are scared. People they fear say they will talk because they've instilled fears in them that when you talk or when you leave the church, you will not go to heaven. So you have to sacrifice, make your pastor rich. God will see that favor and build you a mansion in heaven. There will be a very big mansion for you in paradise. So say, "How my pastor and Timinto car, my pastor and Timinto jets, my pastor and Timinto mansion or hanum," but there will be a mansion for you in heaven. This is before they go on for the church inside. Amma Burland has shared her experience and her Babi TT Mohano. This is 22 months out. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, don't forget to put the bell on post notification. This video is sponsored by PJ Powder Hub. For all your quality laptops, home theaters, refrigerators, or washing machines, please get them from my PJ Powder Hub. Call the number below and return the page and get the product who's at the doorstep on time. So Amma Burland has shared her experience on why she don't go church anymore. Being a Muslim girl and trying to find more information and more knowledge about the other religion, it be church she enter. And the thing where she take her IC was an eyesore. Amma Burland explained that it be like all the messages where the churches they preach is all about money. It's all about taking money from your pocket and putting it on the altar. She also realized that the church has become a fundraising competition, that all the branches from that church always when they get to fundraising, they are trying to compete among themselves on who will raise more money at their branches. There was one encounter where she knew a guy way back in school, where the guy had an accident where they used crutch. But the pastor prayed for him, and instantly, senior man dropped the crutches, only to find out the next day that the person still they use crutches on campus. With the share video.
when I started the church, there were not a lot of people that were in the church, right? I was part of like the pioneers when he started that church because a friend of mine introduced me to him because he had just moved from being a singer to this, and he agrees that yes, he agrees that he's part of it because when I made the decision to leave the church, he actually took me to that was my first time to at Kempinski. He took me there to explain to me why I shouldn't leave and that he's a sinner and he has fallen short of the glory of God. So me and him, we understand that he's the reason why I left the church. Now I want to talk about my background and why he is the reason why, because I am from a Muslim home, right? So that was my proper introduction to going to church. So every understanding of church I would have or understanding of the Bible was straight from him. But there's some things were weird to me, which is why I left. Now, first, when I started the church, 1 month in, we were doing competition. Like, oh, let's say Kotoka branch raised 20 million. So maybe Agbogolosi branch raised 30 million. So we have to pass them. Hey, why do we have to pass them? For what? Like, I don't even understand. We were like, that was like I wasn't understanding why we have to pass another church. Like we actually went for this type of, I don't know what it is, where other branches will come and say, okay, we raised this, we raised that, we raised this. Me, I don't know where the money was going to, but people in the church found delight in passing other branches. So that was my first red flag. And then the preaching constantly became money, 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 right? And I was the social media handler at a point, the Instagram social media handler at a point. So the money issue was one. The second thing was when I left the church because I saw something that was very, very horrible, and which is why he took me to the church. But then he came to tell me that, oh, he's a sinner, I should listen to the preaching and not the individual, and that's understandable. He's a human being and he makes mistakes. When I went to the church that day, they do this thing where they do a night of miracles or something. There was this guy from UPSA that, like, I know him, but I've forgotten his name. he had an accident, so he had crutches, and they prayed for him, and he put the crutches down. The next day, I saw him in Legon, and he was using the crutches again. Now, I this is my first introduction to
Hey,
miracles and
hey,
all
hey,
of these
hey,
things.
Lester.
This is
Oh.
my first introduction to miracles and all of these things. So me, I wasn't understanding what is going on. So did it work? Did it not work? Like, how is the process supposed to be? Like, is it supposed to go immediately? Is it a slow process? If it's a slow process, then he should have left with the the crutches. But I feel like in his mind they've prayed for him, so he used them to walk. Then the next day he realized that nah, it's not gone. Then he started using like the crutches again. So that was I didn't even come back again. After I saw him that day, I didn't even come back again. And then the third thing was that I feel like people were, because of the preaching that was going on, people were coerced to give test testimony testament or say testimonies. I don't even know how that thing is called, but like coming to thank God for whatever it is. But when they before they come and thank God, they say thank you, Pastor Say, for the opportunity. What opportunity? You are thanking God. Why are you thanking the pastor for the opportunity to give a testament to God to win souls to Christ? I don't know. It is just too much for me. It felt like
Hey,
the
Tobo, like, go small. You
sorry.
hit.
It felt like the reverence was more to the leaders than the than God Himself. And also, I was made a cell leader. Mind you, I'm from a Muslim home. So if you make me a cell leader and put me in charge of a group of people, honestly, how am I going to preach? So who told what, like, which spirit of God told you that this, even if let's say in the future I'll be a cell leader and graduate to a pastor and whatever, in that moment, is it really God that told
Amen.
you that I
Wait,
was right?
What do you mean by you are made a cell leader? Like,
Yeah, like, so
how,
they'll put you, they are cell leaders, so they'll put you in charge of like a group of people where
right,
like,
right. And what were you
yeah.
supposed to do? Like, what were you supposed to do as a cell
Or
leader?
sometimes you talk to them about God, you talk to them about
Okay,
the funds that they are supposed to raise. And I
okay.
actually never did that because I didn't even know where to start from. Maybe it is a gradual,
Ama, see,
yeah.
you have all the time in the world. We are not ending the space
I'm sorry,
anytime
I
soon.
talk fast. I talk
No, you
fast.
have to
I
say,
can't.
if you like, talk till tomorrow. Me, Panda, my ears on. My ears on.
I'm sorry, I talk fast, but yes. So yeah, as I was saying, um, they made me a cell leader too, and then it was very like confusing to me, right? And then later, people started selling their things because if you give a seed, if you give your last seed to God, God will multiply it to you. That was the perception there. So people started selling their last things and everything. But fortunately, I didn't even have to even sell. So that's what helped me. Maybe if I had, I would have also sold something. But when I left the church not too long ago, I heard that's when I heard about Adosi and everything. But I never asked him about it till I left the church. It's the delusion thing is very crazy. That I know Adose had a friend that died in a motorbike, but Adose never let go of his motorbike, but he let go of his motorbike when he entered that church. That is how crazy it is. Like, I don't know how
Hey,
it
hey,
works,
hey, hey.
but that is how it is. Like, it is like if you give to, like, I don't know what it is, but the preaching is always about giving money, giving money, giving. I don't really remember any.
So you say the church, them they beg, like beggy.
I
Like
don't
they
know what it's called, but
beg.
it's basically like you have to sow seed. So like you can even give, if you give your last to church, you don't know God will give you miracle money. But why should I give my last to the church before God will give me the miracle money? Like it doesn't like make sense. It's just a lot of things. And when it came to the girls, I feel like there was a bit of grooming on that side because there were some people he met from high school and he like they grew up in the church, but that is not my story to tell. But what I saw, I had to leave because I felt
What did
like
you see?
that is their
Cell leader.
story. So I can't come and maybe they are not ready
Thank you, Amma.
to
Thank you,
talk
Amma.
about it. So once they are ready to speak about it, fine.
Oh, you are the way my vim come for you, pa.
You
No,
for go back to the church, oh.
If I go back to the church,
And then
oh.
no.
right now they
I
go cut
actually
out.
tried. I actually
Go and
tried.
come back. Go and come back.
I tried going back to the church again to listen to the preaching instead of the person who is doing the preaching. Like, I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
listen to the word rather than looking at the person doing the preaching. But I still went back and I was met with money conversation, and I was like, you know what? It's
Wait, so do they reach out to you now to join again
no, 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 no.
at all?
No.
And when you left initially, what was the reaction?
That's what I'm saying. The pastor took me out. He apologized for what I saw. And what that's why sometimes when I'm laughing about it and these people come and reply my tweets and I'm like, is your pastor aware you are doing this to me, especially because he will not be happy with what exactly I'm going to say, because if he actually took me out to apologize to say, oh, please, like, you have to relax and consider your pastor when you are attacking people who have left the church. If you are still there, fine, that's you. It will come. Everybody's own will come. You will leave eventually, but for now, you have to relax and don't invalidate other people's experiences because of what you think you are experiencing right now. Just relax. You will see it. If you don't see it, you will see it. Yes. So that is all I
Okay.
can remember for now. If I remember anything, I'll tweet it.
All right. Thank you so much, Amma. We have some.
When we say religion is one of Africans' biggest problem, people they talk say, I didn't think kasa, I didn't do nyankopon, I didn't think keke sense. No, there is the difference between the love of God and the love for religion. But in our case or in our situation, we like we falling flat for the shenanigans where they go on for religion inside than to love God. People they fear them as pastors, they respect them as pastors more than God. People they worship them as pastors. People they praise them as pastors. People they raise them as pastors in high esteem more than how they do to God. I think even God, Jehovah himself, he get problem with this kind of thing. That's why they bless us because we are sick. The church or the pastors have found a way to manipulate us, making us think that, oh, when you sacrifice everything you have for the church, there is enough space for you in heaven when you do that. So people just they sell them properties. People just they do things ignorantly just to make sure that they please God, so that God will build some big mansion with swimming pool and gold with milk and honey in paradise for them. Hey, people they feel this thing where Amabelan talking, you will see the kind of attack we could get from that church, that Christ Embassy Church. You will see the kind of backlash you will get from the members from that church. If it was somebody else, they could talk, say, oh, maybe there is some pastor behind who pay him, say, make it come, defame or tarnish the good image of Christ Embassy. But this is Amabella they are talking about. This thing where they talk, if they go on for the church inside, people they respect them as pastors more than they do to their work. Somebody will leave his work on a working day. No, we just hold them say or prayer service Wednesday, Thursday, or your prayer service 3 hours. No, to the church, praying to God's Nyankopon born in the Jumankoso. See how sick we are. You see the kind of nonsense where they go on for the church inside, where people they face it, they could talk about, because they will make it feel like they are talking against God. No, eye opening, it come whether I like it or not. This is only to myself. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to put the bell post notification on today. Peace out.